This morning we're going to be in this room for a little while, and then we've got a great surprise coming up a little bit later. Then we'll be back in this room. We're going to hear some great stuff from Kip, and he's going to share with us about where we're going and the vision that we have. Debbie's going to talk with us today about having some fierce conversations, and there's some fun activities that she has, and then we're going to have some lunch, and Carol and Jan and their staff have done a great job of putting the food together for us this morning, and we're just excited about the opportunities that we have today. Patrick's going to close us out for the day, and you guys are going to see a wonderful presentation in regards to making a difference in people's lives. And you know, we gather here once a year as a whole group, and it's a rare opportunity that we have. This opportunity came along for you to have to read this book called How Stella Saved the Farm. Now, I'm somewhat of a skeptic at times, you know, and I want to know, you know, what really goes behind that. And Deborah Gary presented this to Luann and I, and Luann said, wow, this is really cool. And I said, save the farm? But what it's really about is about how we look at things and the innovation that we have. And so I want you to hear from the author here first.
You know, a great idea is only a beginning. The real innovation challenge lies beyond the idea. It lies in the long, hard journey from imagination to impact.
It lies in the long, hard journey from imagination to impact. You know, as he's saying that, that was really what was behind all of the words that were there. You know, he also had this little piece.
The story is actually a composite of dozens of case studies of well-known companies, from IBM to BMW to Deere & Company. Every detail in this parable is based on a real observation at a real company.
You know, and so when you think about, as you read that book, and you had the different characters that were in that, and the animals took over what was taking place, and they're actually working side by side or against humans during the story, is about how do you make change, and how do you institute change, and how do you make that happen. And when we talk about innovation, you know, there was a big idea in that story. And everything that we do has to start with a big idea and a big why. And so whether it's the big project that you just watched that Jeff and Adam and Bob and Richard and Stacy and Pam and Randy and John and Ron have all been involved in as the planning group. In fact, you guys stand up. Okay, everybody once a month for 2 years, and then like once a week for the last 6 months. Okay, let's recognize these folks for the great job they've done. Bringing a dream to a reality. Okay, that high school that you see on Main Street now, that was a dream. That was a dream of an ad hoc committee 10 years ago in 2004, 2005, a citizens group that said, we need to provide better facilities for our kids. That's the first of 7 facilities that we need to replace. And so that's some of the things that we're going to be looking at as we move forward this year. You know, we've got opportunities in front of us that are huge. We have Common Core. You guys have started as principals through the TPEP evaluation process. We've got exciting things that we're doing with professional learning communities, and under Ryan's leadership and the things that he's going to do with our principals this year, we're going to take that to a whole new level of what's taking place. And so, one of the things that we've done is add some people to help us out. And when we've added people to help us out, oftentimes people say, well, what is it that they're going to be doing? And you know, Kip and I have asked ourselves that same question. What is it that they're going to be doing? And if you've been in the administration building recently, you've noticed that there are a lot of changes taking place. One of those changes you immediately see in the HR area, and Debbie has wanted to go retro, and she wanted to bring it back to how it was when she started. And we'll tell you about that a little bit later today. But we made changes there. Rob Swain, where's Rob at? Rob's back there. Rob gets the award for being the person who had the biggest sacrifice. So Rob left on vacation. I called him up and said, hey Rob, We're rearranging the administration building. You knew when you left that we were adding some people, we hired some people. So we've created you a new office closer to Emily. And he thought, wow, that's cool. And then when I told him where it was, he said, well, that's good. And then when he saw it, he said, what did you do? He's still asking for ventilation. We gave him a fan. Eventually, Randy and his crew will be able to hook up some ventilation in that area. But Rob, thank you for your ability to make a move and be able to do things that will make things work better for our areas of student learning and student achievement. So with that, I'm going to have Dr. Herron come up and introduce to you our new staff that we have this year, because we've added a lot of things. He will hopefully be able to provide a bit of a vision about what these people are going to do. And as I shared with one of our new staff, Randy Jones, the other day, he said, yeah, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. And I said, well, wait till Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, you're going to find out what the superintendent says that you're going to be doing. All right, Kip, here you go.
Thank you, Mike. This is really exciting for me as a superintendent today. And it's exciting to me because when I wanted to be superintendent, I wanted to be a program builder. It would make a difference for kids, their lives. And wanted to design new, innovative programs, make a difference where children were engaged, where families felt that they were part of something special because they saw their children thriving and achieving and enjoying learning, and that it would be about leadership. And I think that when the 2008 fiscal crisis hit, my role was very different from how I perceived that things would be. It was learning how to cut budgets and to prioritize and to work hard for the things that made the most difference in the lives of children and to support those things that had the highest return, okay, on investment. Highest return. And everybody in this room has been a part of that, whether you were in this district or in another district. That's been our mantra. In some ways, it helped us learn how to prioritize what is most important in the lives of children in relationship to their academic achievement, their skills, and their self-esteem, and how they looked at their future. And consequently, through that process, all of us have done very well in that kind of context. So now we are entering into a period of time where there are more resources, and it's going to require a different kind of discipline, and I like to use the word discipline to be disciple, to be a part of the guidance around what we can do to help kids be even more successful. And Strategic Plan 2.0, that's what that plan is about. It's around the collective impact that we can make to create world-class learners, world-class graduates, career and college, with a big capital C on career, having a vision of their future. And our elementary schools, in their work together, have created a collective impact by having more students at higher levels of achievement in reading and math and science. Those are huge. Roll it forward, kind of vertical alignment. We've done reinvestment in our facilities with a capital improvement levy. We've done reinvestment now with our technology because we saw that as a deficit. And you saw the egg example that I created, which was trying to align the strategic plan with the infusion of technology in a way that could get us to be disciplined and to collectively move forward. Now, the whole issue around Stella, it wasn't just Stella's good idea. It was really the way that the whole organization could come together as a team to make things happen. And that's how I see all of you. And I want to introduce the new members of our team, and I want it to be an introduction that will engage them, because being a new member of a team is not the easiest thing in the world. You don't know the people in the room. You might feel a bit isolated, and a team is important that I think we need to spend a little time. And actually, the new team that we have gathered with moving forward for that world-class learner system to keep those students moving along in a vertical way for success, I'm going to have you do a little bit of the work. If there is someone at your table, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, that is new to the organization. Okay? This is their first time here participating. I want you to visit with that person, find out about them, make sure that you know them well, and then somebody in your group is going to introduce them to the rest of the group. Okay, you have 5 minutes.